friends, I am Jessica Lowell. I am a wedding and portrait photographer here in Northeast Georgia, and today I want to talk to you about this spider belt system. So if you've already watched my videos before, you might have watched my gear bag video, my review on the 28-70 RF lens and the RF 70-200 lens. You'll hear me mention this guy several times. This is the spider belt. So this is really cool. So the spider belt system, there are two kinds of photographers. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's form and there's function, right? Form being pretty. You might have leather harnesses that you strap over. Function being maybe not so pretty, but a lifesaver. Not to say that the leather harnesses are not, but however, first of all, I want to talk about the reason why I wear a belt system. This is a dual belt system, so it holds two. I also have a belt that holds one that I hardly ever use anymore since I started shooting with two cameras. Let me stick this down for a second. Me personally, you may see these two scars here. I've had two neck surgeries. I had one in 2008, and then I got hit by a DUI driver in 2016, and I had to have another one. I am currently fused from C3 to C7. So this neck is titanium. Well, there's also a artificial disc. I have a half a rubber ball in one of those, but that is beyond the point. So the leather harnesses, the neck straps, what have you, those kill me. If I'm working a 10-hour wedding day, I can't have, because if you've ever had a neck injury, you know most of your pain actually radiates through the nerves in your shoulders, in your scapula, and the back, your upper back quadrant somewhere. So carrying weight on my shoulders is just not for me. It's never going to be, it never was meant to be. However, women especially, we were meant to carry weight on our hips. Think about holding babies, right? Not to get all 1960s on you, but our bodies were literally made to carry things on our hips. So if I'm working a 10 or 11 hour wedding day and I've got to carry a camera all the way around, putting this around my waist and putting the weight of my cameras on my hips. When I first started shooting weddings, I had this side strap system. It was similar to this. It was this that black, like almost seatbelt-like material. And it went across my shoulders, and then the buckle that held the camera kind of laid at my hip. However, if I went to lean over and do something or pick something up, the camera went swinging towards the ground and hanging, and it would hit the ground before I would be able to grab what I wanted. So it was just dangerous. But with the spider belt system, the camera is locked in place, and I'm gonna show you that in a minute, and you could literally do the hokey pokey. You could do the cha-cha slide. You could do the whatever dance that's in right now. And those cameras aren't moving. But again, I just wanna reiterate, at the end of a 10-hour wedding day, 11-hour, 12-hour, I don't have any neck or shoulder pain, and that was the huge thing that changed when I switched to the spider belt. So I really don't care that it's black and that it's bulky, because it works for me. And it was actually a male photographer, my friend Glenn Wilson of Pixel This Photography, that told me about it, and I was like, you know what, I gotta try it out. It's pretty awesome. So the other thing is that you can add things to these belts. This is a tactical shooter bag. I got it off Amazon for like $9. But in it, I carry anything I might need on a wedding day doing bride and groom portraits. I can put my bride's lipstick and stuff in here. I have crochet hooks, I have scissors, I have safety pins. I have anything, hairpins, bobby pins, anything I might need if I walk away from my main bag, from my gear bag, and I'm just with the bride and groom. I've got the handkerchiefs, I've got makeup wipes, all that stuff fits in here. This is actually, they sell this on the Spider Belt website system. They have, these are lens pouches. So if I wanted to put another lens in here, they make a small one and they make a bigger one. So like for 70-200, you can put lenses in here. I did that, but I don't really switch lenses much anymore now that I have the 70-200 and the 28-70. So I actually put my cell phone in this one, and I put a few other things down in here if you have a paper copy of the timeline, because you don't like to be shown that you're looking at your phone. I stick a paper copy of my timeline in here and the family shot list. Yeah, you can use this for all sorts of things. So, and then this one came off Amazon. They do sell it on Spider Belt, but it's a water bottle holder because it's Georgia and it gets hot here on a wedding day, and most of our weddings are outside, so we got a water bottle holder. So in order to hook your cameras to the Spider Belt system, you have to get this bracket. One will come with one spider belt, and then if you have the 2 spider belt, you might have to get an extra. I don't remember. I had to buy 2 new brackets when I upgraded to mirrorless because they're a different size. They're much smaller. But you just put them on here, and you can kind of see the length here. And then they screw in, oh, forgive me. So this is for a tripod for videoing YouTube. So I'm just gonna, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's finger tight. I'm gonna take that off so you can see the other one. Here is the bracket that will be on the bottom of your camera. And this is also a SpiderPro hand strap. The cool thing is you can get different colors. So I actually have this camera labeled green and I have this camera labeled black so that when I'm culling through my photos or I'm looking at something on in Lightroom, I can see which camera it was actually shot from. And I know this is my main camera. The one with my branding color. So anyway, this bracket has this little doomaflachi, I'm gonna call it, and it just clicks in to this, just like that. And it will hold it in place. And there's even a locking mechanism so that once you put it in, it can't come out. You don't have to lock it though. I can just put them in, and again, you can do the hokey pokey. So I'm gonna show you that right now, but in order to fit in a YouTube screen, I'm tall, I'm 5'9". In order to show you my hips, it's probably gonna cut off my head. We're gonna figure it out. I have a step stool here. It's all good. So I'm gonna put this on. Now on a wedding day, I usually wear a dress. So this is a kind of thick sweater, but I wear a dress that's like black up top and then patterned on the bottom. So this does kind of just blend in and it looks okay. I've had a drunk groom say, "You're wearing a fanny pack." Not a groom, sorry, he was a groomsman and he had been drinking all day and we were poking fun at each other and he's like, "At least I'm not wearing a fanny pack." And I'm like, fanny packs are back. Anyway, but again, form or function, you choose one. So this is what it looks like. And then I'm going to show you, this is my setup. You've been hearing me talk about how I carry 2 lenses if you're already following me on YouTube. I put this one here. I'm going to slide that water pouch in the back. And I put this one here. You still can't really see, but these lenses, these cameras are perfectly safe. So again, when I show up to shoot a portrait session, just a regular session somewhere, whether it's an engagement session, a senior session, maternity, what have you, I now leave my whole gear bag in my car and I only use these 2 lenses. So I put my belt on, I put my cameras on, I put my cell phone back here. I've got handkerchiefs in case it's a hot day or anything that my couple might need. I also have the little hairspray. You've seen, if you watch my gear bag, all the little things that I carry in my gear bag, they also go in this little tactical pouch. A travel hairspray, again, I can carry my bride or my female's lipstick, whatever, things like that in here. So absolutely hands-free. I can shoot an entire session. And so when we're done and we're moving from one location to another, whether it's bride and groom, or it's a regular portrait session, once I'm done in the location where I just put them on, I was like, let's go here. Whether we're walking or we're hopping on the golf cart and being carted around at a venue, that gives me the ability, I'm not worried about my gear. I can then have a conversation with my client, get personal with them, and I'm not worried about holding all my gear and making sure I have all the things. I can just say, so if it's like a portrait session, tell me about how you met, or, you know, whatever you do to make small talk or not so small talk to get to know your clients better when you're actually at a session or you're actually shooting them. Okay, so that's it. This is my must-have belt system. If I have ever left the house without this, I have had a flustered session just because I'm like, oh, don't drop this, don't carry this, oh, don't do this. This actually stays in my car now so that I know I won't forget it. If you have any questions about the Spider Belt system, please drop those questions below. I promise I answer them. I also have a free posing and prompt guide. I will link that below if you want to be on my insiders list. That will get you in it. And also, don't forget my website, 514photo.com. I have some resources for photographers there. Feel free to check that out. I'll link that below also. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps you, and I hope you have a blessed and joyful day. Thanks for watching.